Is this the real life? Or is this just plants I see? Hey y'all, it's Sarah. Today's video is on the Hoya Pubicalyx. The Hoya pube. I love Hoyas. Hoyas are my favorite. By now, y'all know that I am a Hoya head, and for good reason. These are, to me, the easiest plants. If you've got the sunlight, these plants are easy because you can just forget about them. That's not true. You don't forget about them, but you don't have to water them very much. They like to dry out, and I like those kind of plants. I really do. So, and I've got a lot of south-facing windows, so sunshine is not an issue over here. So if you don't have a lot of sunshine, Hoyas are not going to be your favorite plant. But the Hoya Pubicalyx is a good starter Hoya because it is a fast-growing Hoya. Hoyas don't typically grow very fast, but this one does. This one grows really fast. I've only had this one for 2 years, and it is a happy little grower. Hoyas will have these vines on them. I like the way they look. You may not, but these vines will try to curl up on things. I had to actually untangle this one. I keep all my Hoyas together, and they were all snuggled up and tangled together, but don't clip these off because these vines are where the new leaves come. Yay! So this is a Hoya Pubicalyx splash because of these leaves. That is a weird leaf. Look at this one. What a mutation. All right, neat. I'm just going to talk about light and watering together because lots of light, not direct sunlight. Very few plants like just direct beams of sunlight on their face, but very bright spot. I keep mine just a little bit backed up from my south facing window so it gets just sunlight all day long. And then watering, you don't water these until they are bone dry. You can lift them up and feel them. Get to know your Hoyas. Lift them up, know what they feel like when they are well watered. And so when you pick them up and you take them out of the thing and you're like, whoa, that's light, you'll know that it needs to be watered. You're not going to want to do that until it is dry, and then you want to water it really, really, really well. I like to shower mine off to get the dust off of the leaves because, you know, in the wild, they are getting rain washing their leaves off. And so you and I are Mother Nature inside, so we need to give them a shower every now and then to wash these leaves off. Uh-oh, I just broke that. Find a good spot for your Hoya and leave it there so that you don't have casualties. We're just gonna water it really good, and it is during the growing season right now, so I'm also going to fertilize it. So before I fertilize it, I want to give it a drink first. When I'm watering my Hoyas, I water it really good, and they typically, because the soil that they're planted in is real chunky, the water will just run out right away, but it needs to have that good drink. So I'll water it and then I'll let it set in the water for an hour or two. And so then I'll know that it is sucking up all the water. You'll come back later, it will be heavy. And we are fertilizing today. During the growing season, I walk around with a watering can and a fertilizing can. This is an all-purpose liquid fertilizer that I have diluted heavily. And I have watered this one. Always water before you fertilize. And now I'm going to use my fertilizer and let it go through. Water it 2 times, let it soak through. You don't want your plants sitting in fertilizer water though. That is not good. That can burn them. And so we're not gonna let it set in there today. We're just gonna fertilize it and move along. To propagate your Hoya Pubicalyx, I will do that tomorrow because I watered today. You want to take your cuttings the day after you water. Take it out. Look at that. Look at these roots. Does not need to be repotted. Hoyas like to be root bound, so we know we don't need to repot this one. Hoya Pubicalyx, Hoya Pubicalyx. Don't forget to fertilize because these Hoyas will bloom. This one has not bloomed for me yet, but I think this year is gonna be the year, y'all, because it is huge, huge. That's very generous of me to say. I'm very proud of it. But I think this year is gonna be the year that it blooms. I'm looking for peduncles. Peduncles will show up on Hoyas right before they bloom, and right now I am waiting on one of my other Hoyas to bloom, and so I am on the lookout. This one is getting enough light, enough fertilizer, enough water. It's gonna bloom, y'all. I have a great feeling about it. As far as humidity goes, Hoyas don't necessarily need it, but they love it. All my Hoyas are all grouped up together, all cuddled up, keeping each other humid. And I also keep it on a pebble tray. And as the water evaporates off the pebbles, it gives humidity to this plant. It's gonna bloom. This is my year, y'all. This is the year of the Hoya blooms. I just have a good feeling about it. Yay. If you've got the light and you haven't jumped on the Hoya train, I don't know what y'all are waiting for. Surely I have made Hoyas look like tons of fun. They're so pretty. The foliage is why you get them, but the blooms are just a big plus. So this is a good one to start with because it will grow fast and you'll feel like a winner, and that's important when you're doing the plant stuff because you want some victories because we get plenty of failures, do we not? So this is a good one to start with. Thanks for watching my video on my Hoya Pubicalyx. I hope you enjoyed it. Does that sound like it? We love Queen around here. Is there another Queen song I can sing?
We'll keep on fighting till the end.
Of the world.